Hey y'all, Kerry Browning here. I'm going to put together a little 3-day fishing video. I'm going out fishing by myself today, Cape Romaine. The tide is about 6 o'clock low tide. I like to fish that incoming tide from low to about 2/3 of the way in. I'm not going to get that today, so I'll probably be fishing that 2/3 of the way in over the high and the tide going out. But Cape Romaine is a fantastic red fish spot here in South Carolina. Gonna put together a little series I'm gonna call it the Chalkboard Series. I've got a couple guys on my boat that we're all kind of learning to catch these redfish, and we're all extremely competitive. Got one guy that just bought a brand new Loomis rod, and he can't wait to get started with it. He's already put the gauntlet down, so he's gonna outfish me tomorrow. I'm using St. Croix. We're fishing artificial. I like an opening night, which is a Z-Man fishing. I've got it set up weedless, but this is what I'm going with. He's got basically the same kind of a rig, and he'll be fishing a different color with his new Loomis rod, so that'll be interesting. And Friday, this is Wednesday, so Thursday Adam will fish with me, and I'm not sure who's going to be on the boat with me Friday. It may just be me by myself, but we're going to see what we can do. So right now the current's coming in pretty fast. We're in a place I like to call Danny Boy. It's a whole bunch of pipes that have been sunk in the mud, and you can't see them. You might be able to see a couple in here, but they're scattered all throughout this bank right here, and it's in kind of a little cove where most of your current is right out here in the center, so there's not as much current up on this bank. That's how I like that. I like this place when the current's rolling pretty good. So we'll see what we can come up with. I'm fishing the Z-Man opening night, and I've got it rigged so it's weedless. I bump in those pipes. They've got oysters at the base of them, so you get cut off pretty easy. I'm using a 15-pound braid. I would usually use a leader on this braid, but I'm not today. What? Fish. Is it long enough? Guys have stopped up here to see if I hooked up. Of course, this will be the time when I do it. small little fella. He's probably right at 15. Probably right at 15. But I don't have a tape with me today. I put it in my wife's boat. So I will be catching and releasing. Little spot tail, probably close to 15. Don't be afraid to use this. A lot of guys don't like to get it on them. I take my bullet weight and I'll put some right up, squirt some right up in that bullet weight too. It tends to stay in there a little bit longer than it does on the actual bait. But you're gonna have some stinky fingers, but you're gonna catch more fish. So always just keep a rag handy. Wipe down my hands when I'm done. We can't catch another one. Tucked right up on that grass. I missed a couple. Say wintertime fishing, you want to slow down. When you slow down, you think you're fishing slow enough, slow down a little bit more. Almost like you're dead sticking. Typically, redfish will be on the bank and in this structure, these pipes and whatnot. But you can reel just a little bit faster when you get outside here. There's usually some trout sitting out here. There's a fish. Okay, got another right in that same spot. He's got me around some structure, and that's what I like about this braid. I typically like using about a 8 or 10 pound fluorocarbon, but you just can't use that. You just break off so many times in this kind of structure. So this is the one that uses, and I've got it tied right to my hook too. So it's going to be a little bit better red, I think. Not too much butter, a little bit maybe. He's probably about, might be about the same. A little bit bigger possibly. But he's a pretty fish. So that's two. I am hooking those both right in the tongue. This, I don't know why. All right, that's number two. Again, the great release. I'm casting out. The current's falling, coming in, and I'm casting and bumping it into the current. I don't typically like to fish that way, but maybe it's just that there's fish stacked up right there and not over here. But can't get into number 3. Slather me a little bit more of this on. It's usually good for about 15 or 20 casts, but well, you know, when it telling what the second cast or something, I hate not to put it back on there. I just bought this rod. This is a 7'6" St. Croix rod. It's the Mojo series. Let's see if there's another one in there again. Right on the grass. Pretty gentle bite, actually. It's Phil pick it up. That's what I like about these St. Croix. I think that is a fish. Oh no! You can't get him back. Time in between, but as you can hear in the background, maybe you can see there's a boat. And this is what happens when a boat comes by. I normally hook up. Give away my spots, right? His head's shaking like a trout. Yeah, that's a big trout. That's a dandy. It's my biggest trout, I think, ever. My goodness, that's a big trout. Holy crap. I have never caught a trout this big. Will you look at this guy? Can you see that? That is a monster trout. And I don't have a tape measure. Look at this guy. Wow. I can't carve this one up. He's just too pretty. I normally keep trout, but I am not carving this thing up. I'm gonna get a picture of him, lay him down on something so that when I do get my tape measure back in the boat, I'll know how long he was. He's got to be 21 inches or better. Fish. Oh, it's 4. I like this color of this saltwater assassin, but they're just not as soft as the Z-Man. So it's just, I'm just not setting a real good set. It's just a little bit more, just a little bit, not thicker, but the material's just a little bit stiffer. Let's see if I can get him again. Hey guys, been back for about 45 minutes or so. Had to do my chores. We got a couple lazy labs sitting here, laying here. You probably can't see them, but rough day out there today. My goodness, I only caught 6 fish all day. I missed 8. Out of those 8 that I missed, I had 4 of them on. Out of those 4 I had on, 1 of them broke off. I don't typically lose that many fish. I don't typically miss that many fish, but I was just having a rough day. Like I said earlier, the tides were pretty tough. I mean, you got to fish those tides. You got to fish those tough tides to really appreciate the good tides. But that high tide, when it's before it makes its turn, I mean, it's okay coming in, but boy, it just gets awfully still for 45 minutes on either side, it seems like. And then once that water starts moving again, then you can start catching a few more fish, which I did, and I lost some. I did catch my personal best trout, though. I'm guessing it was somewhere around 21, 22 inches. Like I say, I have not been fishing. I've not done this kind of fishing, so 21, 22 inch trout may not seem like a whole lot to y'all, but to me, it's a pretty good trout. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up, and I got Adam coming in the morning, and he's already texted me that the game's on with this Chalkboard Series that we're gonna do, and I'm looking forward to it. I'd love to see him outfish me, but he probably won't.